Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2007 Hyundai Santa Fe. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, this is meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So, we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. What I know about this, it just came in on Saturday. I know the guy drove it down from Coralville, Iowa, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I know that he said it has a valve cover gasket leak in the rear. I have looked at it and it is really hard to see anything. So I'm still trying to look, but I'll show you what I can see and good luck. So here we go. All right, 07 Hyundai Santa Fe, not bad looking. As far as rust goes, there's that little spot right up there on the front fender, but really not much else. The tires are pretty good. They're 65% probably, and I believe they're all four matching. So the good thing about this one, I've noticed, he did some maintenance to this. I'll show you when I get under the hood. It's just, he's had it for a while, he's done some maintenance, and when it got to that valve cover gasket leak, he was ready for something new. He didn't want to do it, and I can understand why, because it's kind of in a hard place to get to. So, but as far as interior goes, it's just cloth. It's a little bit dirty, but really nothing super ripped, teared, anything like that. Torn, I think is the word, torn, not teared. Back here you got a little bit of rust on the gate, but other than that it looks all right. And these are just like storage compartments. There's your jack stuff, and this is just a regular storage compartment. Oops. Get that down. And this side is pretty decent looking. Again, you've got that little rust right up there on the front fender. And that's really it as far as the body goes. You've got a little bit of paint or something, just dings from gravel or whatever. And got some rust up there on the wipers where maybe the paint came off or something. Alright, so there is an engine cover that goes on here to make this pretty. I took it off one so I could power wash it and get any old residue off, because I'm trying to find what where the valve cover leak is, where the problem is, you know, just to kind of see what's going on and to show you what's going on so you can make plans for it. So with this vehicle, if you do not want to make any repairs, this is not the vehicle for you. It's going to be cheaper, but if you're just looking for a cheap vehicle, this is not the vehicle for you. This is going to take some repairs, and I don't know the extent of them, but it's going to take something. So first thing I want to show you is, so it's got some maintenance done to it. These are new coils, and he's got new coils here, and he's got new coils in the back. And I don't know if you can see them or not, but because they're back here underneath the thing, but he's got new coils in the back. A lot of people don't do the new coils in the back because you got to take all of this off to do it. And I don't know when they're done, but I know those aren't factory. So that's just a maintenance thing. You know, when you see someone that has taken care of that and has done maintenance, it's a good sign, because maintenance is what keeps a vehicle going. You know, and at some point you just have to decide, all right, I'm done. I don't want to maintain it anymore. I want something new. He went into something with lower miles. He just, I don't know, he went into something 4-wheel drive. He just wanted something new. But if you listen to the motor sounds like it's running good. And you can see the smoke back there because the oil is hitting the exhaust, and that's what the smoke comes up. And I'll kind of put you down here. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything because I can't see anything with my, you know, my blind eye. But you can kind of try and zoom in and see what you can see. He said there's a valve cover gasket leak down there, and it's hitting the exhaust. And then that's where your oil's coming up. Your valve cover gasket is where those coils are, right? where your coils are, they're on top of your valve cover. They're on top of your valve cover. So your gasket is between your valve cover and your head. And so really a valve cover gasket is not a huge job. It's just getting to it. You have to take off this and anything else that's in the way to get to it. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, and you sometimes just people don't want to do it. So that's what I know. I'm gonna kind of just go this way, and I don't know if you'll be able to see anything. And I'm gonna put the engine cover back on when I get over to the shop. You know, that's what I know. Do some research before you come. I mean, I think he's been driving it, and he just said that he checked the oil before he went anywhere, and he just, you know, he just made sure that the oil was fine before he went. And I checked the oil before when it came in, and I filled it, but he just made sure the oil was fine before he went anywhere, and he just would drive it like normal. And that's really what he just did for as long as he wanted to do it, because he just didn't want to do the thing. So it does burn oil, and you need to be aware of that. So you have to keep the oil up, or because if you don't have motor oil in your motor, that's when you have a problem. So that's just me telling you that you have to have oil in your motor, in case you are unaware of how that works. Okay, here we go. Now we have in here 226,000 miles, almost 227. Your TPMS light is on, and your tire pressure light. Those are the same thing. Yes, none of your tire pressure sensors are working. I've got the tire pressures all around 40, and then your ESC light is off. I don't know why that's off. There's this button down here, but that doesn't do anything. Your ESC is your electronic stability control. So I don't know why that's off. I would imagine that's got something to do with, usually it's got something to do with wheel speed sensors and stuff like that. My big computer might be able to tell me, but that's in my van, and Matt has my van. So I don't know for certain. So I don't know, we'll see. Radio, you can see it works. I've got the heat on. Heat is blasting, and it works. I'm gonna turn the AC on and see if we get anything. Let's see. We want, ooh, that's good and cold. Wait, I want max AC. Okay, I'm gonna turn the radio off so we can hear the car. Let's see, I want that on. Okay, there's that. And we do have the stick shift type thing if you want it. All right, we'll do our windows. Driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. And rear driver's side window works. And again, here's a maintenance thing. His oil change is due at 227,695. Again, that's probably not even really a major thing. That's probably even just a filter change, because when you're leaking oil out of the valve cover gasket, I'm sure that he's going through more oil that, you know, he's not actually changing, you know, dirty oil. He's really just changing a filter. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So air conditioning, I'm gonna say that works. I mean, it's probably 50 degrees today. It's close to 50 degrees, and it's blowing out cold. So I'm gonna say that probably works just fine. So we're gonna go take it for a drive. The exhaust has a little bit of noise to it, not a whole lot. The seatbelt light, it works. That dumb alarm goes off for the seatbelt. It goes off for the door being open. It goes off for the key being in the ignition. So it works. But so a little bit of exhaust noise. A couple corresponding O2 sensor codes, and similar codes were on when I first started it. Sounds like some wheel bearing noise that would correspond with the ESC Off light. I can do a little bit of testing up at the top of the hill, and then I can do a little bit more when I get my scanner back from Matt. So we'll check and see which one is faulty when we get up here. Check our windshield wipers. Our wipers work, and wiper fluid works. Brakes are good and solid. They feel like they've been maintained as well with the tires and all of that. There, no grinding, no pulling, no noises or vibration or anything like that. Oh, I was gonna check my turn signal, so we're gonna do that real quick. Okay, there's my seatbelt light. Okay, we've got a turn signal there. And we've got a turn signal there. So, why is my turn signal flashing? Let's try the other ones. Let's turn on my hazards. That should turn both of my lights on. That turns all my lights on. Unless it's telling me my tail light is out or something. Okay, well, all my turn signals work. So the only thing is there's a potential that maybe my tail light doesn't work. And I can't really test that because I would have to have my... No, I could put my headlights on and test it. So I'll do that. I'll put my headlights on and find out by the time we get back. Turn the wipers off. Okay. Oh, he's turning the rear ones on. I'm a mess. Okay, we're going to check our cruise. Sometimes that will work. Sometimes it will not with like ESC type lights set. We do have cruise working. Alright, I'm going to get... Yes, I know my seatbelt is off. I want to get to a spot where I can test this wheel bearing, but I've got cars behind me, so I might have to do a little bit of work on this wheel bearing. Well, I might just keep this video a little bit longer, and if you're interested in finding out more about the wheel bearing, keep on. If not, then just if you have any questions, you can call or text me. My cell phone is 309-267-7200. I'm going to keep on this a little bit longer and do a little bit of testing on this wheel bearing and see if I can determine which one it is. I still don't have any other check engine lights that have come back on. So if it comes back on, you know, anytime between now and you're driving it, feel free to ask to check it. I can pull out the scanner code thingy and check it. And when that comes back with my big scanner, I'll check the ESC light and see if I can identify that one as well. And the sun's coming up in just such a way that it's making things hard to see. Okay, I'm gonna go back here. And okay, so I should be able to okay, go this way. Oh, I had a weird shutter there. Okay, well, my check engine light came on, so I'll be able to check that. Okay, but I should also be able to for sure, because I really can't determine if the noise is going away or so what that leads me to is potentially a rear wheel bearing. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Potentially a rear wheel bearing. Just it's a little bit of yeah. It sounds like wheel bearing noise. The ESC light kind of backs that up, and I'll check the code when Matt gets back with my scanner. That's actually his scanner that I've stolen, but and then if you're interested, you can come and take a look at it yourself. And I'll pull up this code. It had kind of a weird shutter when I went from a stop, and we'll see what that did. So the good thing is that he drove it from Coralville, so it's got some merit. And I don't know. So it's going to be some kind of project, but we just have to figure out kind of what kind of project it is. So kind of depends on where you want to be. So if you're looking for something cheap that you can work on and make into a decent car, this one could potentially be that. But I've had this running just because I was spraying it off and all that. I've had this running for well over a half an hour, and we're still in the mid-range of temperature, and so it's not overheating or anything. You're fine there. He left almost a full tank of gas, which is almost worth its weight in gold right there. Okay, so we've got one code in there. Let's see. Stored code. And ECM PCM power input signal low. I don't know what that means, and why that would cause that, or if it would cause it, or if that was just, I don't know, some kind of weird something. Those are O2 sensors, because that was, what does this mean? I don't know what this means. Not gonna lie. Okay, well, I don't know what that means, so I'm not even gonna mess with that. I don't know how to do that. So there's a lot of stuff I don't know enough to do and tell you about. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I just kind of figure things out as I'm going. But you can check into that ECM PCM thing. Sorry, I'm yawning, guys. It's my bedtime. It's 3:38. I mean, I'm getting to be one of those blue hairs. And I know this video is way long. It's 18 minutes, so nobody's going to be watching it this late. So I can probably pretty much say anything I want right about now. Some of the stuff I'll kind of know what it means, but a lot of it won't mean a lot to me. Okay, yeah, so none of that really means anything to me. So I don't know what to tell you. You're welcome to see if there's any more codes on here when you get here, but yeah, if you have any questions, just give me a buzz, see if there's any more check engine lights on there, do some research, because I don't know. I don't know where we're at. I know you've got a valve cover gasket leak. You can see it. You've been told about it. And you've got that ECM, PCM code. I don't know what that is. You've got potentially a wheel bearing. I don't know. Like I said, I'll check that code. I'll post it. But then it drove down an hour and a half. So I don't know. Maybe it's even worth it just in parts and tires and stuff like that. I don't know. What's this worth to you guys? I mean, it might be, for that matter, park it in your yard and use it as a storage shed. I don't know. Let me know what you think. That's all I got.